Hello everyone and welcome back to our Polar Parrot fish breeding journey. Today is a very special milestone. It's day 3 and guess what? Our pair has spawned again and yes, this is their third attempt at raising a family. Now, if you have been following along, you'll know that their first spawn was somewhat successful in the sense the eggs made it and they were very careless. So they allowed the fry once they hatched the wrigglers to spread all over the tank. And in the end, there were only a few, around 5, which we could then save and put in the other breeding tank. The others were eaten by the others or would have died. Now, the first spawn was in the community tank. The second spawn also happened very quickly in the same community tank, and that spawn also failed, leaving us with more questions than answers. So then we decided to move them to the breeding tank, and in fact we brought the breeding tank to them. We shifted the community tank and made it into a breeding tank. And here's the exciting part. As we know that many cichlids improve as they gain experience, we are hoping that by this third attempt we can see big improvements in their parenting skills. So the question is, will third time be lucky? Let's dive in and find out. So, right now, what's happening in the tank is absolutely fascinating. It's been 3 days that the female has laid her eggs in the earthen vessel. Now, you see that she has already moved her eggs from one cup to the other, and this is quite common. So, generally, what they'll do is just before the eggs are about to hatch, they'll move them so that they are able to only take the healthy ones. So they'll leave aside the unfertilized eggs or the dead eggs or any other debris which may be there. So she has moved them to the other earthen vessel, and she's there around them. So she's hovering around them, fanning her fins gently. So this motion isn't random, but it's oxygenating the eggs and keeping fresh water flowing around them. On the other hand, the male is on patrol duty. So watch how he sweeps the tank, chasing away anything that comes too close, even if there's no real threat. So if you have noticed, we have this aquarium divider and you have the other pair on the other side of the divider. So these two are in constant battle. So the male would always go to that divider and try to chase away if the male or female comes, and the same happens on the other side as well. Now, what's different this time compared to the last two spawns? The female looks less frantic, so she is not darting around nervously, but she's staying focused. The male also seems more confident in his role and he's patrolling instead of panicking. And the pair are now working as a team. The female cares for the eggs while the male defends the space. It almost feels like they've learned from the past, and that's already a good sign. But how much have they learned? That we will have to wait and watch. Now, let's pause for a moment and understand what's happening from a scientific perspective. So, firstly, they are learning through failure. Now, cichlids are among the best parents in the fish world, but their first attempts often fail, and it takes practice to figure out which eggs are fertile, how to care for them, and when to guard the fry. Next, you have the basics of egg care. On day 1, the eggs look clear and slightly yellowish. Fertilized eggs will stay clear while infertile ones turn white and opaque. So parents instinctively remove the bad eggs to protect the good ones from fungus. And the third insight is improvement over time. So, studies have shown that after 2 or 3 spawns, cichlids become much more effective parents. They fan the eggs more consistently, defend territory better, and are less likely to eat the eggs out of stress. So, scientifically, also, this third attempt could be their breakthrough. But it's too early to tell now. We need to wait and watch. Now, let's make it more interesting by comparing polar parrot behavior with other fish. So, first you have angelfish. So, the first spawns almost always fail. They eat their own eggs out of confusion. But by the third or fourth attempt, they become devoted parents. Bettas, on the other hand, the male guards the bubble nest, but often eats the eggs if the water conditions aren't right. Now, discus fish are famous for feeding fry with skin mucus, but they can be easily stressed as well, and they may abandon the eggs if the tank feels unsafe. Now, polar parrots, even though they are hybrids, they retain this powerful cichlid instincts of parenting. So, here's a fun fact for you: a healthy female cichlid can lay hundreds of eggs at a time. That's why their parental care is so important. Without it, only a tiny fraction would survive. But in our case, we can see that it would be somewhere around 50 eggs that we may find. Now, I'd love to bring you into the conversation. So, do you think this third spawn will finally succeed? Or have you seen your own fish improve over multiple spawns? And if you were in charge, would you leave the parents with the eggs or would you separate them for safety? So drop your answers in the comments below because your experiences could really help others in this community who are breeding polar parrots or other cichlids. Because here's the thing, every aquarium is different, and some people allow nature to take its course, while others intervene to maximize fry survival. So, therefore, I would like to know what's your position. Now, what strikes me most about this spawn is the resilience of these fish. Think about it, they've failed twice already. Most animals would stop trying, but not cichlids. They come back stronger, more focused, and more determined. It reminds me of human parenting or even life itself. The first time we try something, whether it's cooking, parenting, or starting a new job, mistakes do happen. But with each attempt, we grow. Now, the failures aren't wasted, they are indeed lessons for the future. And that's the message our polar parrot pair is giving us today. Don't give up because the third attempt might just be the one that works. So let's wrap up what we have seen on our day 3 update. So the pair has spawned, their behavior is calmer, more focused, and more cooperative than before. And therefore, scientifically, this could be their best chance to raise fry successfully. And for us, it is a reminder that growth comes from persistence. Now, the big question is, will the eggs make it past the first few days? Will we see wrigglers, tiny fry, moving for the first time? Stay tuned because the next 2 to 3 days are very important. If the eggs hatch, we'll be right there to witness it together. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next in this incredible journey. See you, and till then, happy fish keeping.